Yeah, I want to give on a couple secrets about skincare and skin health. And I know a lot of times people think about skincare, they think about skin creams. They don't just think about internal nutrition. But actually, internal nutrition is actually more important than even what you put on your skin, but it's a combination of both things. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about the skin creams. But first, before I do that, one of the most essential things for skin health is vitamin C. And it's not the only thing, obviously, but it is if you're short on vitamin C. Now, this is a big tip-off as to why smokers get wrinkles. Every time you're smoking cigarettes, you're pulling a lot of vitamin C out of the body. And that's really, vitamin C has a lot to do with collagen production. A lot. That is partly why smokers get wrinkles. Not the only reason, but that is partly why. Now, also, if you take extra vitamin C, you need to take copper with it, because copper, actually, when you take an abundance of vitamin C, which is actually probably better, the recommended daily requirement is probably too low. You know, it's been research going back to the 70s showing how vitamin C benefits the body in a lot of ways, but if you take a lot of vitamin C, and some people do, you should take some copper with it. Now, the other thing is, for collagen production, I'm going to say another one that's not well known, and that is garlic. Believe it or not. Garlic actually helps with collagen production. Believe it or not. I know Dr. Bob Beck, PhD, talked about he thought garlic was not a good thing to take, but considering that you've been taking it in the Mediterranean area for thousands of years, I don't think it's bad. Now, just to get on with the skin creams, I want to talk about some of the stuff that's cheap, but is actually very effective and actually has very good ratings. I like to get stuff on Puritan.com. This is hyaluronic acid cream. Hyaluronic acid. Now, there's also, if you look back, I forget what year it was 2005, I believe, or around that, thereabouts that time. ABC had a special about the Village of Long Life in Japan. They call it the Village of Long Life. Their diet was a little bit different than the rest of the Japanese. The Japanese generally have a very good diet, but this Village of Long Life had a diet that it seemed like people were like 100 years old, hardly had any wrinkles. They could even be smoking and everything, hardly had any wrinkles. And there was a lot of people over 100 that were in excellent health and looked pretty young too. They might be looking maybe about 60 years old when they were 100. That did much of a difference. And they believed that the diet had a lot of hyaluronic acid. This actually, in Puritan, this is cheap. This stuff is not much money. Now, Puritan had, the people who reviewed this on Puritan.com, they said it's excellent. I think it's excellent too. Now, you look at the #1 ingredient and you wonder what the hell it is. It's capric triglycerides, and actually what I looked up what it was in research. I don't remember all these words, to tell you the truth, but I looked up and researched what it was. It's actually, like you hear about coconut oil, it's a top quality thing to put in hair and skin too. That is actually the best, most stable part of the coconut oil, that the fatty parts of the coconut oils, of so many oils, that is like the #1 ingredient in this. So another one to take, and these aren't much money. Well, the best thing to do is take some of this copper supplement, grind it up into a very fine powder, and then mix it in with the hyaluronic acid, because the cream itself, because when you're putting copper on your skin, that's an ancient beauty secret. That goes back to like Queen Cleopatra used to use that, Queen Sheba used to use that. They used to take copper, finely ground up, and with a paste, and make a paste and put it in the paste, and then put it on her skin. That helps with collagen production. Like I said, vitamin C helps with collagen production, but if you take a lot of vitamin C, you have to add copper. A lot of people miss out on the copper part. I mean, there's such thing as taking too much of anything too, but I'm just saying is if you're short on copper and you're short on vitamin C, it's going to greatly affect your collagen production. Hyaluronic acid, if you can get it in a diet, you know, you can actually take hyaluronic acid as a supplement too. But if we're talking about skin creams, this actually is a good product, especially for the money. You know how much so many skin creams, I forget what this is, I think it's like $5, something like that. It's very cheap. You're not talking like 10 or even $10. Like a lot of the more quality products, oh, they'll be about $60 to $100. And it'll have various nutrients. But one thing I think, you could take a bottle of something like this, which is only like a few bucks, and take one of the pills and two of the pills and grind them up and add a little copper to this, which actually helps aids in collagen production of the skin. A lot of people don't know about this stuff. You can actually improve the mix of what came out originally from the factory, right? The other one is Msm Cream. MSM, it's a type of sulfur that's found in the body naturally. Actually, a lot of time, and they showed this with dogs and animals anyway, like with arthritis, because they would be having problems with their joints. They would take MSM, they give it to, and they can't say this cures anything with a person. That's why I'm bringing up with the dogs and the cats and stuff, because when a lot of times these dogs and cats and horses had arthritis or some problem with their joints, they gave them MSM in their diet, and what it does is it somehow it causes the body to produce more collagen and build up the joints again, and they felt fine. But it also works with collagen, which collagen goes throughout the body. A lot of collagen has to do with your skin health too. So having MSM cream and applying it directly to the body is another powerful one. This actually is very cheap, and it also has a very, very good rating on Puritan.com from people's feedback. Actually, I get most of these products. I get most products on Puritan.com or SwansonVitamins.com myself. Now I looked around. I've researched this stuff for years. I have absolutely no degrees in nutritional fields or anything like that, but I've read a number of books. I actually even have like a little small library on a lot of different things too. Which foods heal, which good fats, bad fats, that type of stuff. A lot of different things, herbal remedies and stuff. But I always look at what gives you the most bang for the buck. You don't want to spend tremendous amounts of money. Now sometimes the really high-end products where you buy, this is a 4 ounce. I think this is 4 ounces. So, yeah. Now, sometimes you could be spending $60 to $100 for 2 ounces of something. And it may be very good, but it may not be, 20 times better than something like this. That's the other thing. These products are actually very good quality. And the two that I like the best from Puritan are the MSM cream and the hyaluronic acid, and also grind up a little bit of copper and put it in there, and it actually makes it more potent mix, in my opinion. You're actually using the same tricks that were used way back in the ancient times, back to the Egyptians, about putting copper powder in a cream on the skin directly to actually aid in bring up collagen production. And also copper is something that's an antibacterial. It actually is it's like that. It's that good in a lot of ways. It helps bring up collagen production, but it's also antibacterial. And you know that a lot of times if you're taking a cream and you're putting it on your body, and that's another reason coconut oil is very good too, because it's an antibacterial, antivirus. Actually, these microbes are attacking the skin, but also when you put a little copper in there, it's helping to counteract some of the microbes too. Not like it's antiseptic all the way, but it does help. It does help. Actually, copper is a fairly good antibacterial bacterial for the skin. So when you add these ingredients to the existing mix, and these things aren't much money, like I said, these are, they're not much, but they're very effective. So some people ask, what's some of the best skin creams to use? I'd say, for bang for the money, hyaluronic acid cream and MSM cream from Puritan.com. Then also get some of these copper. I got this from Swanson Vitamins. Copper supplement. I grind them up to it's like a powder, and I mix them in the creams, and I think it actually makes them stronger. So that's a very, very strong tip. And if you're wondering what the first ingredient is on this hyaluronic acid, the cryptic, I forgot what it was. I keep forgetting what that is. It's like a type of triglyceride. It's actually the best part of the coconut oil itself. It's actually the best part of the coconut oil itself, the strongest part. The part of the oil that's the most stable and the most beneficial. So sometimes they look at that and they see a chemical name. Actually, it's not a chemical name. It's actually something from nature. So if you get confused, you look at the label and you wonder what the hell that is. That's what it is. Anyway, great stuff, low price, and very beneficial.